Preparing. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. Today is Tuesday, 24th of January, and you all know that we celebrate today's day as a Child Day in India and a National Child Day actually across the world. So today, thank you so much, Inspiring Indian Women Organization, who has organized this lovely platform for our lovely speakers to come and speak and discuss about what is the girl power and how being a girl, being in India, how you feel and what's the future hold like. So today we are going to discuss many things about girls, being a girls in India, and what is the girl power hold for the future as well. So myself, I'm Jaya Sajnani. I am a mom entrepreneur. As you know, my roots are from India. However, I live in London now. My family is here. I have my own business here and I'm an entrepreneur. So we have a guest. Very first guest is Geeta Chaudhary. She's an educator, autistic consultancy, founder of I Am Possible Family. Well done, Geeta. You look very lovely in the picture as well. We have another guest, Rajini Shah. She's an educator. She's a deputy director of Inspiring Indian Women Organization, Guwahati chapter. Welcome, Rajini. And the third speaker we have today is Krina Chaudhary. She's a lovely young girl who's representing Indian girls in today's topic, and she's pursuing bachelor's in business administration. Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. So without further ado, I would like Geeta to introduce herself. Geeta, please, would you just unmute yourself and tell us about yourself?
Namaskar, everyone.
Namaskar, Geeta.
मैं यूके में स्पेशल नीड्स की टीचर और स्पेशलाइज्ड इन ऑटिस्टिक एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स नीड्स में हूँ, जो मैं यहाँ टीचर्स को भी ट्रेन करती हूँ, सपोर्ट स्टाफ को भी करती हूँ, न्यू ट्रेनिंग टीचर आते हैं उनको भी सिखाती हूँ. उसके अलावा मैं कम्युनिटी लीडर हूँ, जो VHP में भी मैं इंटरनेशनल VHP मेंबर की एक्टिवेट मेंबर हूँ. आई एम पॉसिबल फैमिली करके मैंने जो ग्रुप बनाया, उसमें मैं बच्चों से लेके पेरेंट्स को सभी तरह के हम लोग सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करते हैं. एजुकेशन से लेके वेल बीइंग से लेके उनकी कोई भी बिजनेस या पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट कोई भी नीड्स होती है हम करते हैं. मेरा इंटरनेशनल ऑटिस्टिक कॉम्प्लेक्स नीड्स ग्रुप भी है, जहाँ पे सारे इंडिया, यूके, अमेरिका से पेरेंट्स हैं और डिफरेंट कंट्रीज के भी, उसमें प्रोफेशनल्स भी है, जहाँ हम कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी के हिसाब से एक दूसरे को कनेक्ट करते हैं और सपोर्ट करते हैं. उसके अलावा हम लोग एनवायरनमेंट के लिए भी बहुत कुछ करते हैं, जैसे कि लंदन न्यू ईयर परेड आफ्टर 3 years टुक प्लेस, और हमारा जो ग्रुप था वो फर्स्ट प्राइज लेके आया 15,000 पाउंड का, और हमारा जो एम था वो सेव द एनवायरनमेंट COP27 को लेके. सो और हाँ, वो जो एनिमल्स होते हैं, बर्ड्स होते हैं, उनके लिए भी हम बहुत चैरिटी करते हैं. तो इन शॉर्ट, एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग मैं जितना भी करूँ उतना कम है. बस इंस्पायरिंग वुमन, एंड थैंक्स टू रश्मि जी जो सबको कनेक्ट करती है. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Geeta. Wow, you are such a noble person. You are doing so many things and still you yet to say that, oh, we are just doing the small things. Wonderful. And I agree with you that smallest thing we can do for this world today, it's whatever we can do. Every step counts towards our futures for the kids. Now the second speaker, if Rajini Shah, would you please come on the unmute yourself and speak and introduce yourself, please?
Good evening, beautiful ladies. Myself, Rajni Shah. I reside in Guwahati, India, and I'm an IT graduate. I'm also a Vedic maths teacher, and I have been associated with inspiring Indian women since 2022. And I am the Deputy Director of Guwahati Assam chapter. And I am also an advisory member of Global Chair for Education, a unit of Ishkama Global Change, London. I have pursued my degree in music, though I am not in practice, so I am now became a bathroom singer. Yet I sometimes used to sing for myself. I believe we can make a world a better place for everyone. What we can do is a little act of kindness can bring a big change to our society. So I have chosen education as my preferred field to mold a better world. Our world and future depends on how we raise our next generation. So it is very important. I also used to write in international magazines and have spoken in national and international conventions. So that's all about me. Thank you.
Jaya, you need to unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, Rajni. That is a fantastic. I mean, it's lovely to hear that you have such an international platform exposure, and you have been you chose very well platform, which is education. Yes, that's right. To make any change, I think the first step is educating, acknowledging people. I think this is the best way to make any changes if you want to do it. Now, without the further ado, very lovely girl, a girl power who is representing India. Can we have Krina Chaudhary? Krina, would you unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please?
Namaste. I'm Krina Chaudhary from Gujarat, India, and I'm pursuing bachelor's in business administration. And I want to be an entrepreneur and want to inspire like you ladies are inspiring. And yes, I have dreams to fulfill and make my parents proud. That's it.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much, Karina. I'm sure, like you, many of girls in India and all over the world is hoping that they are going to make a proud us as an older generation. But trust me, we all are hoping that we can create a better and better environment for you guys. So at the moment, we want to hear from you as well. That's how we can make it better. So let's go. We're going to discuss today. Our topic is girl power. So being a girl in India, as I have my first-hand experience, I born and brought up in India. I can talk about myself. I come from the small conservative family and how things were different 20 years ago when I was in India. But that's a past. And trust me, if we talk about the past, we can't move it and we can't create the future. So today we're going to talk about present, and we're going to talk about how the present can create our better future. So the first question I would like to ask Geeta. Geeta, as you said that you have a organization which is called you work with the autistic kids. I want to understand that is there any particular needs if the girl being a autism disease, or they have some kind of special needs? Do you treat girl in India or in your organization separately than what it should be treated as a equal gender? Is there any particular needs required? What are the barriers you find while treating those kind of kind of a target market where you say the girl who is been through the autism? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, Raji, it is really good platform to talk about women and especially who has a special needs, because we have a gender discrimination all over the world, and in India it's a major issue too. So special needs, there are few girls in my group and parents, and they are struggling because their needs are very severe. They have to live with the parents rest of their lives. It is not easy. As you said, autistic, yes, autistic is 45 years before it has been diagnosed formally, and now we are raising awareness and more people coming forward for diagnosis and putting label on themselves that yes, they are different ability, not as a disability, they are all different ability. Now, in a past history meant to say that autistic is only for the boys. It never been in a girl, but it wasn't right because girls are smart, they copy and they hit their needs. So they did come over anyhow from their needs and people did not recognize. But now when it's a severe needs, yes, they would be identified when you see the personality or when you just make a communication with them. तो हाँ, यूके में ये प्रॉब्लम इतनी नहीं है, इतना डायग्नोस हो रहा है, मगर इंडिया में बहुत गैप है। अभी भी प्राइवेट स्कूल में इतनी सारी फीस लेके सारे बच्चों को एक ही क्लास में बिठाते हैं, जब सबकी अलग अलग से नीड्स होती है। उसमें लड़कियों को तो बिल्कुल इग्नोर ही किया जाता है। मैं भी पर्सनली बहुत ऐसे लड़कियों को जानती हूँ कि जो स्ट्रगल करती है, उनको बहुत नीड्स की जरूरत होती है और पेरेंट्स इतना काम कुछ करना चाहते हैं, मगर कभी फाइनेंशियली प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है पेरेंट्स को हायर करने में स्पेशलाइज्ड, या तो फिर बच्चों को मतलब उनको सोशल बैरियर्स भी आ जाता है कि सोसाइटी में हम अपने स्पेशल नीड्स को बच्चे को लेके जाएंगे तो हमें शर्मिंदगी होगी, वो भी एक बैरियर है। और तीसरा ये है एजुकेशन का, क्योंकि वहाँ पे सबको एक ही तरह से पढ़ाया जाता है, उनकी जो लर्निंग नीड्स है वो कंप्लीट नहीं होती। जब उनकी एजुकेशन ही ठीक से नहीं होगी तो हम उनको आगे आत्मनिर्भर कैसे कर सकते हैं? तो आगे पेरेंट्स को बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मतलब फेस करनी पड़ती है, और उसमें भी अगर शायद वो शादी कर ले, नए एटमॉस्फेयर में जाए, स्ट्रेंजर लोगों के साथ जाए, तो स्पेशली ऑटिस्टिक पीपल और स्पेशल नीड्स को बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेशंस आते हैं, तो बहुत सेक्रीफाइस करना पड़ता है, जबकि सामने वाले को तो पता ही नहीं है कि ये इंसान की क्या नीड है।
That's really interesting, Geeta ji. It's I mean, I can understand कि there is a difference कि UK और India government में, of course, but I'm sure India government also थोड़ा बहुत support करती होगी जब it comes to the special needs, and when it comes to the girl, I believe as आपने बोला कि girls are more smarter by genes, तो उसमें वो copy करके सीख लेती है. But in current scenario, Rajni, I would like to ask you कि आप being in education, आपने कुछ ऐसा देखा है कि in education needs में जहाँ पढ़ाती हैं या देखती हैं educations में, क्या girls do they have a naturally clever genes? Do they cope or they learn faster than boys? Do you think? Is this the right judgment you also come across in experience?
See, being an educator, for me, boys and girls are all equal. But I have seen that girls are more organized. They keep their things very properly. They write their notes very properly. They maintain their classwork and homework copies very properly. Marks, with marks, I don't want to discriminate them.
Yeah.
But I have seen that, yes, girls are more organized. They understand the situation well. In many families, I have seen that if the younger one is a boy and the elder one is a girl, so the girl used to take care of her elder brother, younger brother. And she used to take care, she used to raise him like his mother. So there I have seen that the elder one, the girl, used to take the responsibility that if her mother is not around, so she will try to help her brother or her younger sister. And in schools also I have seen that if they are siblings, and if the elder one is a girl, then the younger one get all the benefits from the elder one. in case of notes, or if there is any trouble, like if they fight or something, the elder girl will solve it, but not in case of boy. If the elder one is a boy and the younger one is a girl or a boy, but if siblings are studying in the same school, I have seen in most of the cases boys are not taking that responsibility. So in case of responsibility taking or organized, girls are more organized. But see, situation and parenting also depends. In some families, parents give much priority that it doesn't matter whether you are a girl or a boy, your education is your first priority. And say, being a girl, I'm a single child, so my parents never thought of taking another child. When I am there, they are happy with me. I am the boy of my house, I'm taking their responsibilities, I am fulfilling their wishes. So whatever a boy have to do, I have done this. So the thing is that in middle class society, the parents are educating their daughters and giving the equal priority to both the children. Now, if we go to the lower section, yes, they're in lower section, not all. I'm not talking about 100% of their population, but I have seen that if there are 3-4, because they have many children, right? So if there are 3 or 4 children, so they prefer the boys to go to school and they used to keep the girl at home, no matter how intelligent she is or how well she will do in her career, academic career. But her parents, they have a mindset that being a girl, she will stay at home, she will get married, she will work as a household helper, and so on. But the boys
Sorry,
are
Rajni, to disturb you, but I remember these cases were like 20 years ago when I was in India. Is it still in the current state? Are they still the percentage of the people?
no, percentage has decreased, that we have to
Okay.
see.
Mhm,
Because
good.
my mother used to teach underprivileged children, so she used to teach both girl and boy, so she have a number, but percentage have decreased, but it has not vanished completely. There are some sections, some people are still there who are educating the boy rather than their daughter, because they think that she will get married and she will leave her home, so what is the use of spending money on her? But in the middle class section or in the upper section, these things has changed. See, when a girl is born, now people used to celebrate. 30 years before or 40 years before, people used to celebrate only the birth of the male child, not the female child. But
now the situation has changed. Yes. Let's hear from our young girl power girl speaker who is here, Krina. Do you think why this is happening when it's evidently two speaker has already said, and I personally also agree sometime that yes, we have a little bit kind of a special smart genes than other genders, and of course we are more organized, well disciplined. Of course, to the extent it matters that which family, what's the environment we bring. Krina, do you think that still at present you come across any community, your friends, somewhere you're talking to your friends and you find it that they've been treated differently than a girl or any child should be treated in anywhere?
Not every time, but kabhi like some parents are like very strict. मेरे friends के जो parents है like they are very strict. They put restrictions like ये तुम नहीं कर सकते, ये तुम नहीं कर सकते. But मतलब ये बात 2-3 साल पहले की थी. After that, जो पेरेंट्स के भी माइंडसेट है, मेंटालिटी है, वो सब चेंज हो रही है. दे आर सपोर्टिंग देयर चाइल्ड. उनको बाहर आउटर वर्ल्ड को डील करना है. So they are getting out of that comfort zone, and parents are now supporting them to like do whatever they want. They will always guide you. For sure, they will always guide you. But now that before they used to put restrictions and all, but now it is not the situation. Things are changing, and I never felt like कि मेरे साथ कोई inequality हो रही है. I live in a joint family. We are a family of 15, and we are 7 cousins. And
Wow.
I never felt like I was treated differently than my brother or anyone else. I was treated equally, and I never felt like मेरे को ये नहीं करने देते, मुझे ये नहीं करने देते, मुझे यहाँ नहीं जाने देते. I felt like नहीं भाई, जो भाई को सब परमिशंस है वही सब मेरे लिए भी सेम ही है सब चीज. I never felt discriminated or something.
That's really good that you've been in a good environment, lovely environment. As a girl, I think many of the parents who's watching Facebook Live today from this program, they must be wanting to know that what are the best environment as per your generation that we as an older generation can provide you. For example, आपको क्या और प्लेटफॉर्म हम सपोर्ट करें कि भाई ठीक है आप फुटबॉल में भी क्लब में जाओ, क्रिकेट में भी जाओ, कि या तो फिर आप जाना चाहते हो और पेरेंट्स आपको स्टॉप करें. सो आपको कैसा सपोर्ट चाहिए, सपोर्ट सिस्टम from our generation so that we can build those environments and make you feel equal?
So we just want कि parents friendly रहे. And I have seen कि जब parents मतलब I can share anything and everything to my parents and they'll listen to me. They never interrupt me and say you are going wrong, you are doing wrong. They'll first listen to me, then they will like suggest me, they'll guide me. So we want the parents to be a good listener.
Okay, that's a good point. I'm sure everyone is hearing here on the Facebook Live as well that what generation?
We want them to be a good listener. Like, yes, please first understand us, and then you can put your point. But you have to first understand us, what we want, and they will never stop you from doing what is right. They will always support you. So I have that environment where they never stop me from learning. They are like अभी knowledge revolution चल रहा है, तो embrace your knowledge और मतलब they keep supporting me and motivating me. I have my aunt Geeta here. She's the big supporter. Like she guides me in every aspect of my life. Mentally also, I was going through things during lockdown and she did help me. So we want someone to be there no matter what.
That's lovely. Krina, that's बहुत ही अच्छा point आपने बोला है. But I'm sure being an older generation, Geeta and Rajni, they would like to say something as the generation is going. हम लोग जैसे भी देखते हैं कि more of the social media, more of the online, तो एक डर सा रहता है हम as हमारी generation को कि I hope ये लोग सही रास्ते पे जा रहे हैं. They are going on the right direction. We are doing so much for them, for their environment, for their safety, but things are not moving. तो मैं ये क्वेश्चन गीता और रजनी दोनों से पूछना चाहती हूँ, कोई भी जो जवाब दे सके और रेडी हो, प्लीज लेट मी नो कि ये डर जो हमारी जनरेशन को रहता है नाउ, अभी हम बात करना चाहते हैं कि गर्ल पावर पे, कि हम उनका फ्यूचर कैसे बेस्ट बनाएं. तो आप लोगों की एज ए एजुकेटर क्या सजेशंस है, व्हाट एज अ पेरेंट्स और एज अ ओल्डर जनरेशन शुड डू फॉर देम?
May I?
Yeah.
Okay. See, first of all, I would like to say that मैं अपने students से बहुत ही friendly हूँ. They used to share everything with me. Most of the things my parents doesn't know, but I know all their secret. So the thing is that what I have gone through, my younger generation, because I used to teach students from class 1 to 10. So I am much closer with the teenagers also. So हाँ, डर तो रहता है, डर तो है इस बात का, because see, when I was young, like teenage, there are some situation which we have seen that the situations हमें लगता है कि हम सही है, but वो हमारे लिए सही नहीं होता है. At that moment or at that stage, सब बच्चों को लगता है mother is the मतलब biggest enemy in the world. ये एक आता है 13 से 19 साल के बच्चों को लगता है माँ तो सबसे ज्यादा खराब है इस दुनिया में और माँ से बुरा कोई हो ही नहीं सकता, because she used to restrict the child from all the dangers, क्योंकि उन्हें पता है, but she has also gone through the stage and she knows. So मेरे भी students के साथ ऐसा होता है, because I have students from class 6 to 10 also. So वो मुझे बोलती है हाँ मम्मी तो ये बोलती है वो बोलती है. So there I make them I'm actually working as a bridge now. I'm both with the parent and between the parent and the child. So what happened is social media ने इतना हमारा life ले लिया है, not only the youngsters, even we also. We like to show off more in the social media than in our life. We laugh more in social media than in real. So बच्चों को तो ये पता नहीं होता है, उन्हें जो दिखता है वही बिकता है. वो उनको लगता है कि दुनिया बहुत सुंदर है, हमें घर में ये फैसिलिटीज नहीं मिल रहा है, मेरे दोस्त तो बाहर जा रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं वो कर रहे हैं, but they doesn't know कि बाहर क्या है. We are not 100% safe. So सबसे बड़ा बात है कि जो पेरेंटिंग, हाँ पेरेंटिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट, पेरेंट्स को भी उनको अच्छे से सुनना चाहिए, उनको समझना चाहिए, बट मेरी एक स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट उन बच्चों से भी है that you try to connect yourself with your parents. Why you create a barrier? क्यों अपने आप को माँ बाप से दूर करते हो? माँ बाप से बड़ा दोस्त और कोई हो नहीं सकता इस दुनिया में. बिकॉज आई फील, मैं एक सिंगल चाइल्ड हूँ, उस एज में मुझे भी लगता था मेरे मम्मी पापा मुझे कहीं नहीं जाने देते, so they are my enemy. बट आज मैं समझती हूँ that it is important to restrict the child from doing everything. और अब हमारे टाइम पे जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी, they were very limited. But whatever we got. Our parents have tried their level best to give us the best. And every parent is doing that. Now we have oceans of opportunities. Oceans. तो हम लोगों को हमेशा जो भी बच्चे का कैलिबर है, rather than competition, we should focus as a educator or as a parent or whatever you say. I feel that we should first try to analyze the caliber of the child. और बच्चों को भी ये समझना पड़ेगा कि मेरी कैपेसिटी क्या है एंड व्हाट आई कैन डू. अगर एक बच्चा देख रहा है कि उसका दोस्त यूट्यूबर बन रहा है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो भी बन सकता है, इसका मतलब ये भी नहीं कि वो नहीं बन सकता है, बट यू मस्ट हैव दैट क्वालिटी इन बिटवीन यू, इनसाइड यू, टू अंडरस्टैंड योर कैलिबर. पेरेंट्स को भी एक ऐसा नहीं है कि आज शर्मा जी के बेटे को 99% मिला तो मेरे बेटे को भी 99% मिलना पड़ेगा. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर उसका कैलिबर है that he can do best in engineering, let him do. And if he can become a cricketer, what is wrong in that?
Yeah,
So,
this is very interesting topic, Rajni. I really want to talk much, but I want to hear from Geeta as well. Miss Geeta, I wanted to understand that when it comes to the special needs, because this is your special area, and I really want to talk about this because there must be many parents who's on the Facebook must be live watching and thinking that, okay, what about my girl who has a special needs and she wants to be a normal child and enjoy the world, the life, the way other young kids are enjoying. Do you find that what kind of platform we should create it for those kids who don't feel separate, who don't feel that I am special, and they feel that, okay, they are being equal? What kind of platform as a society we should create it?
Yes, we must create inclusive society where everyone is equal and accepted. We need to keep we need to respect all those nice protected characteristics in our mind in each and every area. अगर हम लड़कियों को भी स्पेशल नीड्स हो या नॉर्मल हो, अगर उनको अच्छे से इक्वल तरीके से उनको दर्जा देते हैं समाज में, घर में, बाहर, सभी जगह, करियर अपॉर्चुनिटी में, एजुकेशन में, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए. मगर प्रॉब्लम वहां आती है पहले सेफ्टी की।
Hmm.
जब स्पेशल नीड्स की होती है, उनकी लिमिटेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग की वजह से माँ बाप को उनकी सेफ्टी की बहुत फिक्र रहती है। और स्पेशल नीड्स के बच्चे हैं वो बुली भी ज्यादा होते हैं दूसरों से।
Hmm.
तो जो उनकी पर्सनल सेफ्टी है वो मेजर इश्यू तो बन जाता है। तो हमें उसके लिए कुछ करना है कि वो स्पेशल नीड्स का बच्चा चाहे स्कूल में हो, बाहर हो, कम्युनिटी में, घर में हो, किसी रिश्तेदार के साथ हो, शी
Hmm.
मस्ट बी सेफ, फील सेफ।
यानी कि हमें ज्यादा अवेयरनेस की जरूरत है। सो इट्स नॉट अबाउट ओनली गर्ल बीइंग अ गर्ल पावर, लेकिन वो भी एक हिस्सा है गर्ल्स का, वो भी एक समाज का हिस्सा है। वी शुड बी इंक्लूसिव टू देम, और अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा सोसाइटी में। एंड आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू इंस्पायरिंग इंडियन वुमन। दे डू यूके में बहुत सारे इवेंट्स विच अलाउ इंक्लूसिवली स्पेशल नीड्स parents, kids, everyone, even senior citizen as well, which is very, very lovely. Thank you to Rashmi Mishra and her IIW team. That's a fantastic work. They've been doing it. So we have 2 minutes left, and I want everyone, if you can take 10 by 10 and just a special quote you wanted to say or summarize it about today's event, and say anything special message to the world. Please, can we start with Geeta ji, and then we can follow it to Rajini and Krina, please.
जैसे मेरा ग्रुप का नाम है आई एम पॉसिबल, मैं उसमें बिलीव करती हूँ। होता है, बस ऐसा ही करना है। कीप इट आई एम पॉसिबल। जो आप मानोगे वो ही होता है, और मैंने करके दिखाया है। इंडिया में भी मैं स्पेशल मतलब वॉलीबॉल की नेशनल प्लेयर थी।
Oh.
एजुकेशन में भी हाईएस्ट थी। मेरे मम्मी पापा जो थे उन्होंने माइंडसेट उन्होंने बना लिया था कि मैं कुछ कर सकती हूँ। और वो चैलेंज भी करते थे जो मैंने कर दिखाया। और मैं वही मैसेजेस सबको देना चाहती हूँ कि सबके पास एक क्वालिटी है, उसको पहचानो एंड पुश योरसेल्फ एंड अचीव व्हाट यू वांट। एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल इन दिस लाइफ, जस्ट डू इट।
Yes, that's the way it says, isn't it? Impossible itself says, I am possible. Well done. Thank you, Geeta. Rajni, please, special message from you.
This program has been itself a very big message for the entire parents who are watching tonight. And it is so wonderful that we all are talking about our experiences and our possibilities, and we are working together for the next generation. So I just believe that one day all the discriminations will end and every child will smile, and this earth will be a beautiful place for everyone. That's it.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Rajni. Beautiful message. Now, our lovely young girl, Krina, do you please share your message, please?
So your parents trust you. So never break your parents' trust. Make them proud. Prove yourself to the world that you are no less, and never settle for less. And you should always be thankful to what you have and grateful to what you have. And I'm thankful that my parents are so supportive, and I've seen situations of girls in India, especially in my village, and I'm so grateful that my life is better. And I wish that the girls who are still not getting educated, I wish they get educated. If they are educated, they would be vocal, they would be success. If they are successful, they are powerful, they have their own opinions and thoughts. It is valued in the society. So be yourself and make your parents proud, and never break their trust if they are trusting you. And that's it.
Wow, that's a very, very powerful message, Krina. You have said in a lovely, innocent way that once you are educated, you become a powerful. Once you are powerful, you have your own opinion, and then you can teach other people as well. And that is a fantastic. My parents used to tell me as well that if you teach a girl, definitely a girl is going to teach the whole nations. And I think this is what we all are doing today. Well done to everyone. And thank you so much, Rashmi Mishra and Inspiring Indian Woman team. Thank you very much. Namaste. Our program finishes here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jaya. We now start with our third session on the very interesting topic on the special women rights. And we also have with us the host for today for this session, Sangeeta Pandey from Corporate Life Skills. Sangeeta, over to you.
Thank you, Rashmi, and thank you very much, Inspiring Indian Women, on this wonderful and occasion of the girl child. I've been hearing the previous speakers, and it is very empowering. It is indeed very empowering to see and hear the experiences of the likes of so many, including Geeta ji, who has done phenomenal work. The young generation who is coming up, making an effort to realize that parents cannot all be wrong. So it is all about communication. It's also about addressing issues. It's also about doing a reality check that there are issues that we need to address, and there is a lot of work that is being done across the world, including in India. A little about myself. I'm the director of Corporate Life Skills, a company which works in training and recruitment. We also offer off-call qualifications, and they might be interested. We also do some teachers training, which is off-call registered. We can talk about that in a while. This evening, it is a great privilege to introduce to you Yamini Rathi. Yamini, you've done some phenomenal work, and I mean, you're quite multi-talented, I have to say, because not only do you host something akin to B&Bs, आप वो तो करती ही करती हैं, उसके अलावा अब gender equality में आपका बहुत बहुत श्रेय है, और आपने एक बात बताई थी कि आप एक budget gender equality या women equality के लिए जो budget होता है, उसमें भी आपका बहुत ज़्यादा involvement है. So would you आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा बताएं हमें इसके बारे में, and then we will talk about it. आज की शाम हम लोग थोड़ा सा property rights in India पे touch करेंगे for the women, and of course as we move for girl child, how it has changed and addressed it. तो थोड़ा सा आप अपने बारे में जरूर बताइए.
Hello everybody. Sorry, I have broken voice, but still I hope everybody can hear me clearly. I am Yamini Rathi and I have done MS in computer science. I work as a graphic designer. And I have special interest in like women empowerment, how women empowerment is done in like India through gender budgeting. What gender budgeting is, like in the central budget, they announced some special scheme for women and girls for empowerment. So I am studying them for like last couple of years, and yeah, I believe in equality, like girls and boys, they both are equal. By the way, I'm mom of 2 boys, so I have 2 boys, like, but yeah. I'm
sorry, there is a big noise in the background, so I'm going to try and close that. But very quickly, आप जो ये gender equality का budget करती हैं, उसका analysis करती हैं. So आपके opinion में women के लिए क्या facilities दी गई हैं? I know you've talked about free bus passes for women. उसके बारे में जरा importance बताएंगे. Why do you think women of all ages should get, या certain sections को मिलना चाहिए? Free bus passes across India या सिर्फ महाराष्ट्र में, उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए.
See, I did a lot of like research how women travel. Like most of them, they in India especially, like they don't have their own cars or like vehicles. sometimes they have to share with spouse or like brothers or like, and especially marginalized women, they lose opportunity because they are not able to travel. So I feel there should be a scheme wherein women can travel, they can explore opportunity. Like we have in Delhi, they are providing free bus transport. So lot of women, they are getting benefited with that. So I feel all the governments, state governments, they should study where there are opportunities and what women are facing. Is there proper transport or
Absolutely, because the link for women empowerment is also directly, not all women can work from home, although there is a big impetus in India now for cottage industry. I think a lot of women are being given government grants where they can start their own businesses at home, whether it's pickles or making anything at home. But still many have to go out. So yes, I understand that transportation is a huge requirement, and your work in that is absolutely crucial and very important. What, in your experience, now you have had the experience of studying in Coventry in the UK, where you did your master's in computers, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, would you be able to talk to us about your experience as a girl student in an Indian country and then in the UK? Because my sense is, and what the other speakers have said, that there has been a huge shift, and we in India have moved considerably forward in bringing girls into mainstream as well as into non-mainstream. Like computer sciences was not a few years ago an option for girls to study. So the fact that you did it speaks a lot about the changing scenario or the landscape in India.
Yes, Government of India is introducing lots of schemes for girl, up to 14 years, they have free education. I stay in Pune, Pune. It is in Maharashtra. So here, the government school, they are also providing free bus transport for girl child. The government is providing scholarship to women students so that they come into mainstream STEM jobs, science, they study it. So lot of things are changing, and every year the central government is introducing many schemes in union budget, but it is up to every state, different states in India, how they implement, how they put their budget. So yes, things are changed, and
absolutely, and we have to say hats off to not just the government and in India, but also to the society in India, because many years ago, so even 15 years, even today, you will find a lot of parents are hesitant to give their children and girls an education, as was said by a previous speaker, that girls were then brought in to do the housework or look after the family. But things are changing. What would be really nice, Yamini, is for you to talk to me, as I said to you earlier, the fundamental differences that you felt between women empowerment or girl empowerment during your time as a student here in the UK and what you experienced in India. And I don't mean to say this in a negative way, not at all, because every culture is different. The challenges in every culture are different. What were your key takeaways when you were a student here, and what have you been able to bring yourself to do in India?
Yes, firstly, I started this study after coming to you, after coming from UK. I did not felt the same way. Like here, girls are getting less opportunities. The pay gap, I feel, is also like different. So while in Coventry, you have lot of support from the university, from like all the infrastructure is very supportive. In India, this is not the case. Like whether it is internet or whether it's mental support or like those kind of things.
So I'll come to that because, as I said, every culture is different, and even in the UK, we have taken a long time to come where we are.
Yes.
Pay gap is still here, whether you see it in sport, whether you see it in cinema. In fact, a lot of golf clubs are completely male dominated. They've not allowed the women to come in. So it's not just in India, you know, that women or girls are discriminated against. Okay, when we have talked about the change that has happened, one of the changes that has been very significant in India and very remarkable in India has been how the law has changed in favor of the girls. Would you be able to talk to us specifically on how the girls are protected in times of, in the way inheritance is done, or property is divided, or their own rights? Could you share a bit of light on that for us, please?
Yeah, first I will talk about girl child. See, the determination of sex in clinics during pregnancy that has been blocked. To fight against malnutrition and all that, there are various schemes and support. There is lot of awareness going on in like private and public. Also, there are many laws to like for women to or girls for employment and all. Like daughters have equal right of inheritance, like in the father's property. With the Hindu Succession Act 2005, daughter have same rights. The son has the same rights daughter has. Also, women also like after marriage, whatever their stridhan, what we call, whatever gifts or like gold.
Dowry, which is called in English. Stridhan is the right word to use, yes.
Yes. Like from either from the in-law side or from the parental side, whatever she gets as a gift or it, she has all the right over it. She can sell it, she can do it, she can do whatever she wants with that. So I think this is a big step. Also, whether if husband and wife, they are staying in the same house and they don't get along with each other, and if a girl is asked to leave the house, then it is not, then by right, she has to stay in the same house. The husband or in-laws or anybody, they have to leave the house and her right is to stay in the house. So I think these are big steps and we need to aware our girls and the generation to come about the rights of girls and women.
And that's what I was saying. You've summed it up so well, because it's a huge leap that has taken place. And when the leadership, when the law changes, it takes some time for the society to change.
Yeah, like here there is bit so. If I start teaching these things to girls in India, society will tell, "Oh, what are you doing? You are doing something wrong. Don't teach."
But I have to say, I mean, let me go back a few years, not few years, about 70 years ago, when widow remarriage was introduced. Those reforms came in. Sati was abolished. Those reforms came in. There was a lot of resistance, but then people took it up. So today, when I look at how protected the girl child is, and to just summarize a bit, the law is there for sex discrimination. If one, because pehle you found out कि अगर लड़की है तो उसको वहीं पे you would terminate the pregnancy. Yes, there are these naughty, horrible, illegal clinics who are doing this, but the law is very clear that you cannot do it. So right from the womb, the girl child is protected. The right to education has come in. The governments across are working really hard to make sure that the girl child is given STEM education as well, because these were non-traditional professions. And as again, an earlier speaker had said, girls have a different wiring of the brain, and they can multitask, and they can do a whole host of things. So to think that a girl cannot be, I mean, we've had girls going into NASA, we've got astronauts, so today the scenario has changed. Yes, we have a long distance to go to, but still from where we were to where we are now, it has been a big shift. So we've talked about protection of child in the womb. We've talked about the right to education. You are working very hard to ensure that the gender equality pay, and you're doing the analysis for it. You've talked about how important free transport is for women. As we are coming towards, not towards the end, but pretty much towards the end of the program, I mean, it would be really nice if you could talk to me a little about the many initiatives that are being done. But you said you have 2 boys, and parenting the society will change when people change at home. So I'm not going to put you on a cross or something, but I really want to understand, how difficult is it for a mother of 2 boys to make them gender sensitized and say, there's no thing like ye ladkiyon ka kaam hai or ye ladkon ka kaam hai. So talk to me from, an example of a mother of 2 children.
Yes, first thing, cooking. Cooking is not only the job of girl or woman, or I make them like they should be able to cook for themselves, for me, and if anybody is coming to our, they should at least know to fit themselves.
Yes.
So that is the, you need to do your own chores, like clothing, laundry, ironing. So that I feel that is going to happen everywhere. In after 10 years, all the countries, they will start becoming gender equal. In India, there are many parents who have single, like they have only daughter, like Rajini ma'am, she told, like she's the only daughter, she's equal to boy. So why not? Boys can also do what girls can do.
Absolutely. And today, again, going back a few years ago, if one was the only daughter, and I know a lot of girls who had to experience that, if in the unfortunate circumstances of losing a parent, in the years gone by, they would look for some nephew or some chacha or some male person to come and do whatever rights, because ladkiyan nahi karengi. But that is changing considerably. Today, girls, in fact, I think the Supreme Court of India, one of the judges had said, लड़के तो हो जाता है, बेटियां हमेशा बेटियां ही रहती हैं, meaning to say, girls will always stay. So as we look forward to the future, what would you say to people around you, people who you know, people who may be tuning in and listening into the program? Because it's one of the things that I find is it's very easy to condemn, ye nahi ho raha hai. There are so many initiatives. There are so many things that are made available, and there are so many things that are not. I mean, as you said, the gap between the pay is not because the government doesn't want women to get, it's because a lot of women themselves say, that it's all right.
Yes.
And the second thing is a lot of the employers feel that a male who is not responsible for looking after the children or the household work will put in longer hours at work. So coming back to my question, what would you want to say to the people who are listening in? As हम एक-एक करके भी तो contribution कर सकते हैं ना?
तो मैं सबसे बड़ी बात what I feel is गर्ल्स और वुमन उनका जो केयर वर्क जो करती है घर में, मतलब खाना पकाना and whatever little things that should be recognized. What men and other people in society, अरे क्या बड़ी बात है, she's doing the laundry, she's just putting the clothes in washing machine. See, this is not the thing. You have to break your concentration, go into that, like the care work and the work which is done by women should be recognized, women and girls. And it should not happen just because you have a girl and boy. So, ladki girl, you just help me, and boy, you can go to play. So, like, whatever work they are doing should be recognized. And I feel that is the main key thing which a society can take.
Absolutely. Because again, I think there has been some kind of conversation that housewives need to be paid as well. Because ये एक job है जो आप साल के 365 दिन करते हैं, and you don't get a paid holiday. There is very little recognition. And on a weekend, a mother and a wife.
And they are sacrificing their career just because nobody to take care of their kids, or like in India, they don't have so many like daycares or whatever vouchers what we get in UK. That facility is still not available for women.
Yes.
So initially when they are starting their career, then there is like they lose out many opportunity because they have to do this care work. Their pay scale is also very less. They cannot manage it initially. So I feel this thing should be recognized. Even the child care is like a paid work, and they should get a pay for that. They should get an allowance or some tax benefit or something. I feel that should be recognized.
Absolutely. I agree with you that, domestic work or work of a woman in the home should be as recognized, because that today's girl child, so let's say somebody who's 12 to 14 or 15 is growing up thinking she'll go to college or school, and still in a lot of traditional places, wo intermediate ke baad mein 18 saal ki hoti hai, they start getting them married. But as you have said, so important things. First, their work needs to be appreciated. It needs to be recognized. Now, you're wearing a lot of hats, Yamini. You're an owner and a manager of properties across the world. You also are in policy and lobbying. You also work with the other organizations. You have a degree in computers. So my final question to you today would be, how do you manage and juggle all these things and yet become a mother of 2 boys? Because that tag of being a superwoman has to be attributed to you, wherein you're doing so many things.
I would say we are equal in our marriage. Like my husband equally shares all the whatever jobs are there. We can share. I also take up his work. So being equal is the key. There is no such thing that a boy or a man cannot do, or only women they have to do. Like in my house, I get lot of help from my kids and husband. And I would say my like my father-in-law, he is an engineer, and he set up this tradition. So he does all the things, like he shares equal work, and that has passed on to the coming generation. They see that everybody is doing this, and it is all right, because in the society sometimes people will say them, oh, why are you doing this? You don't need to do that. And you are on mute.
As you rightly said, because your father-in-law is a inspiration to men of his generation, and obviously to your husband, you don't have a battle, but then you work collaboratively in doing the homework, raising the children, and also being able to do your work. So on this absolutely fantastic occasion of the National Girl Child Day, I would pay tribute to all the women like yourself, like myself, to inspiring Indian women who are working really hard to contribute towards changing the landscape. It's not about sermonizing. It's not about asking the government to legislate. It's also about being able to make a small contribution, any contribution, small or big, towards changing the society. So thank you very much, Yamini, for joining us today with your wonderful experience. I know it's pretty late in India, and might I wish you, on behalf of all of us at Inspiring Indian Women in Corporate Life Skills, the very best in whatever you do. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, IIW. Thank you, Sangeeta.
Rajni wanted to end with something. Rajni, a very quick one.
Yeah, I will not take much of your time. Actually, I want to say that the discrimination can end up to a certain extent if it begins from the school. When a girl is having puberty in the school, or she's going through her menstruation cycle, her teacher can educate the children, both men, both the boy and the girl, instead of giving the sanitary pad in a polythene bag or under the newspaper. If she teaches that this is a natural flow of every woman, and every woman has to go through it, then I think the discrimination, the sense of insecurity, and the sense of bullying or having all these negative things can come to an end. So I would like to request to the government of India, and on through the platform of IIW, that if government make it a compulsory, that sex education and teaching the children about adolescence and the changes during adolescence should be made compulsory in every schools. So I think if the child learn the thing from the tender age, they will grow up and become a better human. Then it will be easier for every boy to understand their wife, their mother, their sister, the pain that a girl go through during the menstruation cycle. Then the cases of bullying or eve teasing, I think it can be minimized through this. So I would like to end up with this small my note that if it is possible, it's my request, if we can bring an awareness camp in schools, and if we can connect the principals and teachers of schools, and we can make them teach their children that sex education is also important part of their education, then I think it will be a great step for the girl child. That's all for the...
Well said, Rajni. Well said. I will. Okay, Jaya, you have something to say? Yeah. Yes, Jaya.
Oh, no, I was just admiring how Rajni has said, and
Okay.
that's a very good point. Thank you.
I'm just trying to share something. Can you see this? Yeah. Can you see something? Yeah.
Yes.
जावा गटक माँ की सूखती कटक देख होगी तना भड़क मगा मान जाना ना से करवावा की के गाड़ी के टरा के नीचे एक दबावा की के मौत का संभाल लेरा घोड़ा दबावा की के पाप का होगी पूरी सड़क छोड़ी है तो पूरी चटक.
And we end with this. Take care, everybody. This is Inspiring Indian Women signing off. Thank you so much, all the lovely ladies. And this is what we are, to make ordinary women extraordinary. Goodbye for now. Take care. Bye.
Good
Goodbye.
night, everyone.